Good afternoon. My name is Mary Crank. I'm a member of the Oak Ridge Board of Education, and today my guest is Miss Amanda Reagan, who's the vocal music teacher and chorus director at the high school. And did I get that correct?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Amanda, tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, education-wise, I got my bachelor's and master's at University of Tennessee, Knoxville, both in music education. I started singing and performing when I was about 10 years old.
Wow.
And just didn't stop.
Wonderful. Okay, and in your teaching experience, has it always been at Oak Ridge?
It has. This is my 28th year here in the Oak Ridge system. I started at Jefferson Middle School and taught 3 years there. And then 25 years ago, moved up to the high school. This is my 25th year here at the high school.
Wow, that's amazing. And what is your teaching philosophy?
I think when it comes to the music classroom, every student can find success, but success may look different for every student.
Okay, very good. And what classes are you currently teaching?
This semester I have 2 sections of Music for Listeners, which is kind of a music history survey, and then a section of choir. And then next semester I'll have 1 section of Music for Listeners and 2 sections of choir.
Very good. And what do you hope that the students are going to learn in your class?
Well, in the Music for Listeners class, I hope that they get an appreciation for music history. And then in the choir classes, not only do I hope that they learn about music, how to read music, how to follow along in a part, but find that unique and special camaraderie that comes from singing with others.
Good. In the music history class, the emphasis is on learning the different periods of music?
Yes. And I call it a survey because we only spend about 2 weeks on each music history period or music genre. We start in the Baroque period, and usually by the time the semester wraps up, we're at least well into the 80s, sometimes hitting the 90s.
Very good, very good. And in your choral groups, do students come in not being able to read music?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's okay if they
Yes,
can't
it
read music
is.
and they're not experienced at singing?
Yes. There's a wide variety of experiences in students that come through chorus.
Okay. So teaching them to read music is probably first and foremost then?
Yes. Well, it kind of all goes together. I don't necessarily spend this amount of time teaching music reading skills, this amount of time on vocal skills. It's all together. It wraps all together as the skills layer.
Okay, very good. In the past, the vocal music department has been involved in competitions. And how have the choirs done when you've gone to competition?
I'm happy to say that every time we've gone to a festival or competition, we've come home with a superior or an excellent. Haven't got anything lower than that, so I'm pleased to say that.
Oh, very good. And when you go to competition, how are all the students involved, or is this just your top students that are involved?
It depends on the festival and the competition. Now that we're on block scheduling and some of the choirs are brand new in January, most festivals and competitions take place in the spring. It's a little harder to get a brand new choir gelled and ready to go for a festival or competition at the beginning of March when they just come together in January. So it kind of depends on how the festival or competition is put together as to which groups go. Okay.
And tell us about singing at the Capitol. I know that you took one group at one time to the Capitol and sang.
Fortunately, I've been able to take about 3 groups to sing at the Capitol, and that was a really, really neat experience. The students got to sing inside the House chamber. They got a tour of the Capitol, got to meet some of our senators and legislators and learn a little bit of how things are done.
Okay, very good. Can you share with us some of the success stories of your past students?
Musically successful students?
Either.
Musically successful students, I have a former student who has her own choral program in Charleston, South Carolina now.
Oh, very good.
I have a student who just finished a run of about 10 years singing with Voices of Liberty at Disney World.
Very good.
And I've got a former student who made his Broadway debut last spring, and he's going to be coming through Knoxville in the national touring show of MJ in January.
Wonderful.
So those are a handful of the music successes.
And we'll be able to see him
Yes,
locally.
That's
That's
Treston
wonderful.
Henderson, and he's going to be in MJ coming through the Tennessee Theater in January.
Oh, that's great. I'm sure through the years there have been some funny stories as well. Could you share a few of those?
Oh my goodness. I think the funniest stories tend to come from live performance. And when I think people get addicted to live performance because there's no such thing as a perfect performance. So when something goes amiss, how are you going to fix it and never let the audience know? So I've had students that have walked off stage at the wrong time, turned around, come right back on like it was exactly what they were supposed to do. That's the one that comes to mind right now, is a student who he forgot where he was going, walked off stage, and I passed him. I said, "Keep going." He said, "Yep," and then turned around, came right back on like it was all planned and ready to go.
Very good. I'm going to switch focus now to getting to know a little bit more about you. Are there other singing groups that you're involved in?
Yes, I'm a founding member of a group called the Palmetto Voices. It is a semi-professional group that focuses on the concert, spiritual, and gospel music. And it's based in South Carolina.
And how often do you perform with them?
They've been very active, and quite a few performances I haven't been able to make lately, but usually once or twice a year.
Okay. And where's their venue? Where do they perform?
They perform all over the southeastern United States.
Okay. Are there any other singing groups you're involved in?
I will sing at church, and that's it most recently.
Okay. Are you a soloist by any chance?
I much prefer singing in a group than I do singing solo.
Okay. Very good. And what else besides music are you involved in outside of school?
I am a huge lover of history and reading, and I'm a member of the local Daughters of the American Revolution chapter.
Very good.
So that's what I've been most active in lately.
Wonderful. What other, tell us a little bit about the teacher-ranger teacher experience.
Let's see, the teacher-ranger teacher experience, that was a really fun experience. It was, unfortunately, when I was going through, it was during COVID. So there were some limitations on what we were able to do. Those teachers that got to be park rangers and experience park ranger duties and activities and how education can be brought into that.
Okay, very good. And have you been able to incorporate that into your teaching experience there?
Yes, because we uniquely have a national park here in Oak Ridge.
Yes.
And so the history of the park is very easy to bring into choir with the music of the 1940s.
Very good. Good. We'll be taking a break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back. I'm Mary Crank, Oak Ridge Board of Education member, and I'm talking today with Miss Amanda Reagan, who is the choral director here at Oak Ridge High School. And we're going to go back to Oak Ridge High School. What are some of the changes that you've seen in teaching in the last few years?
In the last few years, the rise in technology is a huge change. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. I'm not a fan of the cell phones in school. I mean, they do have advantages
Yes.
In terms of recording and playback in the chorus classroom, but I also think that it's a big detriment to the human element of conversation.
Okay. There are a lot of electives for high
Yes.
school students to choose from. How can we encourage our students to select fine arts electives?
I think fine arts are very important because there's the team building aspect of being in a choir, being in orchestra, being in band. And you are creating something unique and beautiful together that you can't get anywhere else. You get team building aspect in sports, and sports are fantastic, but when you're working with your team in fine arts, you're creating something brand new that's different every single time you perform.
What would you say to the students who are saying, but I'll never use this again?
You will use skills that you learn in the fine arts classroom everywhere. It builds confidence in interacting with others, builds confidence in just carrying yourself in front of a group. Believe it or not, performing in band, choir, and orchestra can set you up for more confidence in a job interview, or learning how to interact with people from a variety of experiences and walks of life.
Very good. I know my son was involved in chorus for
Yes.
2 years, and he became a broadcast meteorologist for a while. And that on-air presence is something that is learned. You think some people just have it. They don't. That's something they learn, and he learned that through singing and performing with your groups.
Well, the young man I referenced a while ago who accidentally walked off stage when he wasn't supposed to, learning how to deal with a mistake and keep that poise, coming right back on as if I absolutely meant to do that. Even if you are only in chorus for a year, you're going to do at least 2 to 3 concerts. You have that much experience on stage, standing in front of an audience, learning how to hold yourself, how to interact with them, how to walk on and off stage. That's valuable in so many places.
Yes, it is, very much. Mama Ragan, your mother, has
Yes.
been a part of the vocal department for many years. How did that get started?
Well, Mama's real name is actually Liz. There's a lot of people that don't know that she has a name other than Mama. When I was in high school choir, she worked as an assistant to my high school director. So she already knew the ins and outs of the choral world when I was in high school. So when I started teaching and found that I needed some extra help handing out costumes, fitting kids, helping take in money from fundraisers, she said, I'll come help. And she had already done that for so many years. When I was in high school, it was a natural fit. And so we're a team. She is a little bit like Grandma, and the one that, if something goes amiss, they go, don't tell Miss Ragan, but Mama, can you fix this?
Yes.
And she's a tremendous support system for me and for the students.
I know all the kids love her.
Yes.
And it's always fun when my son says, well, how is Mama Ragan doing?
Yes.
So, in the last remodel of Oak Ridge High School, the Fine Arts Department had received a major upgrade. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh gosh, it was so needed and so loved to revamp everything down there. The orchestra and band actually got their own classrooms. Prior to the remodel, they were sharing space. So we all now have 3 beautiful rooms that are our own, tons of space. We have practice rooms now where students we can break out for sectionals. They can come on lunchtime, before school, after school, practice in practice rooms. We have dressing rooms that we never used to have. So it really is very much a performing arts space now.
And what opportunities has that opened up for the school district?
Oh gosh, it's such a wonderful place for the community to use because it is the largest performing space in the city. For traveling groups to come by and perform. It's now just a beautiful space. We're proud to show it off. Our stage is incredibly unique, not just the size of it, but also vertically we have a lot of fly space. So we can move set pieces up instead of just out to the sides. So it's a really unique and wonderful space to have and offer to the community and traveling groups and our own performing groups.
What groups have used the facilities in the past?
Well, every November, the Oak Ridge Civic Ballet puts on the Nutcracker here. We've had dance companies come through. We, with Oak Ridge Civic Music Association, they are able to have wonderful concerts in there and have tremendous guest artists come in to play with the ORCMA groups.
Very good. What is your vision going forward for fine arts at Oak Ridge High School?
I want to see it grow and thrive. Oak Ridge city history, of course, everybody knows it's rooted in science, but some people forget or don't know that almost immediately after they brought the scientists and people into the city to create these nuclear bombs and things, that they formed civic music groups and the Playhouse, because the arts was that important to them to stay in touch with their humanity. I think that's more important than ever. As technology moves forward at the pace that it's going, we need to make sure that we don't lose touch with our humanity. And our humanity is rooted in being together, creating together. And music is a vital part of that.
Yes, it is. Do you have any vocal music concerts coming up, competitions?
Well, we have got an exciting collaboration coming up at Christmas. High school choir, band, and 7th and 8th grade choirs from Jefferson and Robertsville are going to come together for our Christmas concert this year. And so it's going to be a fantastic concert on stage with band and choir, middle school, high school. It's going to be so much fun.
Very good. And will you be doing any competitions this spring?
Hopefully, looking forward to our local J.B. Lyle Choir Festival, and that'll be at the end of February, so that comes up a little sooner than usual, and that's what we're looking at.
Very good. Well, thank you very much for joining me today. It's been a good conversation. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.